Is an Egyptian pharaoh in tomb with 2 grams of carbon-14. If the normal carbon-14 in the present tomb is 16 grams, the half-life of carbon-14 is 5,600 years. So we use a very simple equation to solve the half-life question. And the question is N is equal to N0, I mean, half power small t over capital T. So N is the amount of the element remains, amount of the element remains after decay, and N0 is the initial amount of the element, small t is the time taken or the time elapsed, and the capital T is half-life. So that is the equation we will going to use to calculate half-life problems. So we said N is the amount of element that remains after it undergoes decay, and N0 is the initial amount of the element, T is the time elapsed, and capital T is the half-life of the element. Okay, so in our question now, we have got the initial amount of the element, that the initial mass of the pharaoh, that is 16 grams, and the mass after decay is 2 grams, and then we're given the half-life, that is 5,600 years. So we need to find the time, that is the age of the pharaoh, the time elapsed. So we're going to use our equation, which is N is equal to N0 half small power small t over capital T. So our N, we said, is the amount of the element remains, and that is 2 grams. That is 2 grams is equal to, and all we said is the initial amount. The initial amount is 16 grams. 16 grams times half, then raised to small t, that is what we need to find, all over capital T, which is the half-life, and the half-life is given 5,600 years. So all over 5,600 years. So if one of the T is missing, either the time or the half-life is missing, you introduce log. And if T over capital T will give you a whole number, that means if both T's are, if you're given both T's, that is the time and the half-lives, you don't need to use logarithm. So in our case, we are missing one of the T's, that is the time, and we need to introduce a logarithm. Okay, before we introduce logarithm, let's divide 16 on this side and 16 on this side. So that will be 2 grams all over 16 grams is equal to half power small t all over 5,600. So from there we say you introduce what? Log. So that is log 2 over 16 is equal to small t over 5,600, log half. Good. So let's do now log half, log 2 over 16. Log 2 over 16 is equal to negative 0.9. So negative 0.9 is equal to t over 5,600 times, let's get half, log half. Log half is equal to negative 0.3. So time is negative 0.3. So from there, let's multiply this. T times negative 0.3 will be negative 0.3 t. So the negative 0.9 is equal to negative 0.3 t all over 5,600. So to get now t, let's multiply 5,600 on both sides times 5,600. So this will give us, cancel this. So negative 0.9 times 5,600 will give us negative 5,040 is equal to negative 0.3 t. Okay, so from there, to get t, we divide negative 0.3, negative 0.3. So t is equal to negative 5,040 divided by negative 0.3. That will give us 16,800. 16,800. So you add yes, 16,800. Yes. So that is the age of the pharaoh.